Hello, friends! Welcome back, and thank you for joining us here today for episode 8 of A Detoured Path, where we firmly believe that sometimes the only thing we all really need in life is just a little reroute. My name is Chelsea Marie Mauger, and I'll be your host here today and every day on A Detoured Path. So to all our new and returning listeners out there, if you're finding yourself in need of a little reroute, are already meandering down that unforeseen pathway in life, whether by choice, force, or somewhere in between, or just interested in possibly thinking about things a little bit differently, this could be the show for you. We will be sharing personal accounts, stories, and a variety of perspectives in order to help us all gain a greater sense of community and connectivity in this little thing we call life. Just a little disclaimer before we begin. Though we do try to keep a mostly G and or PG rating here at A Detoured Path, we are discussing life, and life is not always G and or PG rated. That's just something to keep in mind in case you are listening with any little itty-bitty tater-tots present. Chelsea, tell me a story. Tumble down the alley, tumble down the hall, try to catch a thing or two, but then I run into a wall. Looking for the answers, refuse to face defeat, expecting things to come to me, packaged clean and neat. I'm going through the motions, trying to break free, realizing the things I need sit just inside of me. Not stopping for the questions, the doubts inside my head, admitting all the good I sought and greatness has been read, letting go of past and present and the thoughts inside my head, putting fears about the future to sleep, to rest, to bed, not spending time, wasting mine, investing in self-doubt, learning that the roadblock's there to redirect you out. Oh, yes! So, I left you in the corner, I left you in the dust, I left you sweating, melting, I left you there to rust, I left you standing helpless because I won't face defeat. When self-doubt stops to stare, our two worlds won't meet. If that means we're separate, then that is what will be, because I will not let self-doubt get the best of me. And it feels like I just broke out. I'm finally free. Now I can be who I wanted to be. I just broke out. I'm finally free. Now I can be who I'm intended to be. I just broke out. I'm finally free. Now I can be who I was created to be. Now I see. I just broke out. I'm finally free. Now I see everything was in me. Introspective, reflexive, and in line with many signs. Redirecting, interjecting, freeing contents from my mind. Altruistic, quite linguistic, and trying to catch time. Fluid mystic, it's exquisite, and it's all inside my mind. Interjecting, with reflecting, looking for that peace that's mine. Heavy-handed, will not fan it. It will slow, and then stop thine. Keep it moving, with your choosing, walking slow inside my mind, redirecting, self-reflecting, and there's no need then to cry. Very thoughtful, it's not awful, as she sighs and wonders why. She was committed to be knitted to her thoughts of do or die. Exhale, sigh, breathe. Exhale, sigh, breathe. Exhale, sigh, breathe. Relief, relief, relieve. I just broke out. I'm finally free. I will rise and will render the future I see. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. organically, not mechanically. We grow and manifest, working daily, gently crazy, working on our best. No hidden signs to keep from thine. We work and then we rest. Thank you so much for your time and attention thus far. We are just going to take a brief moment to recognize today's sponsor, Anchor, for providing a free platform for people like myself to get their podcast off the ground. With little to no previous technical know-how, Anchor makes the whole process pretty straightforward. Go to anchor.fm, that's ANCHOR.FM, or download the free Anchor app today to get started. With just a click of a button, you too can be heard on multiple platforms. We work and then we rest. We work and then we rest. The constant driving force of the I can do more part of self sometimes forgets to check and get the memo. She takes on more, saying, I can handle more, I can do more, I can lift more, I can spend more, I can listen more, I can feel more, I can share more, I can squander more, I can bother more, I can surrender more, I can do 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 more. I can, I can, I can, I can, I can. I will, I will, I will, I will, I will. I can will. I can will more and 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 then some more. Please. And then could you then please add on some more? And then please even more? Why are you trying to carry this load? Maybe it's time you learn to let go. Forcing yourself to carry this bit, it's weighing you down. You can't walk, you just sit. Proving to whom are you doing this for? Stacking so much on top you're not more? Let go of the levers, the wrenches and screws. It's time to let go. Abandon misuse. Suffering is not necessary. There is no need to force ourselves to suffer. Who or what are we suffering for? What are we trying to prove, and who are we trying to prove it to? What do we think suffering will help to accomplish? It is pretty common across major metropolitan public transit systems to see or hear the words, if you see something, say something. It's on all the printed literature, advertisements, and spoken over the loudspeaker. And I'm here to say, I see something. So, I'm going to say something. I am here to say, I see you. I see you in all your fabulousness, and I see you in all your glory. I see you in your trials, and I see you in your splendor. I see you in your achievements, and I see you in your failures. I see you in all the amazing things you have achieved. I see you in all the things you are about to achieve. And I see you in all the things you will achieve that you have even yet to realize you will achieve. I see you in your happiness, and I see you in your pain. I see you when you wanted to give up, and I see you when you tried just one more time again. I see you when you are in love, and I see you when you are in hate. I see when I can push you, and I can see when you've had enough. I can see when you're surrounded by grace, and I can see when you're surrounded by light. I can see when you're just trying your best, and I can see when you're doing your best. I can see when you want more, and I can see when you put your faith and trust in the hands of what is meant to happen, and that it will happen, and that it was meant to happen for a very specific reason, whatever that reason is, or that was meant to be. I can see you standing there, I can see you on that precipice. I can see you look left, and then I can see you look right. I can see you look down, and I can see you as your mind ponders whether or not to fall. I see you as you question how long it will take anyone to even notice you're gone, if they even notice that you're gone to begin with. I see you as you weigh the pros and cons. I see you as you weigh the consequences. And I see you as you try to determine the impact of what you do and why you do it. I see you as you try to determine who you are really living for. I see you as you try to decide the value in this situation and in all situations. I see you question every moment of every day and every night. I see you standing at your crossroads. I see you as you step into the light. I see you as you begin to rise. I see you as you narrow the gap between what once was and what will be. I see you close the gap. I see you stand before all. I see you take your place. I see you rise to your throne. I see you walk in your presence, and I see you go through the door. I see you at the head. I see you as you don't question what for. I see you as you are so assured of yourself. And I see that now you are finally free. Self-doubt is a prison so firm and rigid, filled with spikes and bits of glass. It hardens your soul and stagnates your spirit. It is imaginary to the human eye, but yet so powerfully restrictive. Its walls so thick, but yet completely and utterly translucent. It is a house, a very lonely house. It is a house made entirely out of glass. Fortunately for us, all we have to do is take a wild swing from the inside out, and it will shatter into a million tiny little pieces. I just broke out. I'm finally free. Now I can be who I've wanted to be. Who do you want to be? And what glass house will you finally break out of so that you can finally be free? What versions of yourself no longer work for you anymore? And what are you going to do to change that? And friends, it looks like that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for joining us from wherever or whenever you are doing so. To comment, message, support, donate, and subscribe, please go to our host platform, Anchor. We are located at anchor.fm/a-detoured, DETOURED-path, PATH. We are available and searchable internationally on 21 platforms, but going directly to our host platform, Anchor, is the best way to stay connected. Leave a review and a rating if you liked what you heard, and hit subscribe to get all the latest podcast updates and information. Your support and donations will help to continue the workflow, volume, and frequency of A Detoured Path so that we can continue to flood your airways on a more regular basis. In the meantime, if you're looking for more thoughts, stories, and insights while you're waiting for the next episode of A Detoured Path to come out, you can find the book Short Girl Diaries, Unedited and Grammatically Incorrect by Chelsea Marie Mauger. Last name is spelled capital M-A-U-G as in good, E-R as in red, which is available on Amazon in both print and Kindle formats, as well as through the Kindle Unlimited program where you can read pages for free. Join us on Instagram by following at Chelsea Marie Mauger, all one word, CHELSEA MARIE MAUGER. Stop by and say hi. Say the podcast sent you. So, until next time, my name is Chelsea Marie Mauger, and you've been listening to A Detoured Path, where we fully, firmly believe that sometimes the only thing we all really need in life is just a little reroute.